And today I had to draw out a word that I don't usually like. The word quit. I don't like the word quit, but I had to use it today. I had to leave that as a message, the lead and message for today. All right, and that is quit. Right? Why am I about to quit on something? Or why have I already quit on something? Well, let me just go straight to it. First of all, I just want to say I'm an entrepreneur. I started 2 years ago with my entrepreneur's lifestyle, and I really just wanted to enjoy more free time, enjoy more finances in my account. I hated to see my bank account low, negative, right? Minus, overdrawn. I really hated to have no money at the end of the month, even though I had worked hard for my money, worked hard 40 hours, 50 hours, putting in overtime at my job. I really wanted to have something to say, you know what, I've actually saved a little bit this month. But unfortunately, it didn't quite go like that. No matter how many hours I put in, there was always going to be that same pay at the end of the month, which was annoying. But I had to deal with that and be comfortable with having a job and thanking God for that job, and being able to be proud that I was looking after my family, and getting through life every single day, proud, humble, having humility, even though I had dreams up here, right? Like, so up here, you can't even see my hand, right? So, hey Lisa, how's it going? Hey Vanessa, hey Rebecca, hey Marvin. Right, so I'm just explaining how I became a very successful entrepreneur and how I'm going to the next level in my entrepreneur career, and how, I want many people out there to kind of get some motivation and inspiration from this, right? So, I was at a very good job, decent, mediocre job. Most people probably wouldn't be able to get access to this type of job. It's a very high demanding job. You have to withstand pressure. You have to withstand, you have to be polite, courteous, have good customer service skills, great customer service skills. All right. And I had all of those. So I was there, as you do, thinking, how can I improve my life? I'm working now, I've got a nice job, I'm not able to really save anything. And, 4 years ago, I was just thinking, what is it that I need to do in life? What is it I need to do in life in order to have more holidays, spend more time with family, be able to, one of my passions, travel. One of my other passions, do music and film. What did I need to do in order to actually go full time on these dreams of mine? All right. And, I decided that, I went out there to research some things, research some entrepreneurs, research why people are wealthy. And I started learning, doing my self development, right? And thank God for that, man, because boy, life is hard and it can be distracting, and, you may miss a major part of your life if you don't do self development. All right. Because everyone can get to that next level, even though they don't know it yet. Right, so I was tuning into all of these Jim Rohns, Les Browns, Tony Robbins, even Oprah Winfrey had some good motivational moments at one stage, and I was listening to it whilst I was at night work, my headphones. My boss didn't know that, but I was listening to good stuff. I was keeping myself knowledged up, if that's a word, educated. Edutained. I was keeping myself in the loop on how to actually progress in life and do better for myself. All right. And the reason why is because, I came from a background where I wasn't able to have much things in life. Right. Most people, in the UK are at a stage where they could possibly go into severe financial hardship, could possibly be on the borderline, the breadcrumb line, whatever you want to call it. Most families in the UK could do with an extra £500 a month to stay afloat, right? And that was me, you know, that was probably me and my family for a long, long time, all right? And it was only until I realized that actually we could do better, we could have more. That's when I said, you know what, I'm going to find more. Thank God, you know, 2 years later, you know, from that job, you know, which is literally 2 years ago now, I was able to step into an opportunity where, you know, I could do more things in life. And you know, this isn't a time for you to turn off, by the way. I'm not selling anything. This is just for you to be interested in how you can better yourself. So don't be scared. I know fear plays a big part in people's development. So if you're still watching, well done. If you've logged off, catch the replay. But this is important for you guys because, you know, I'm going to tell you why I've quit some things, all right? And, you know, I got involved, I got started in personal development, self-development. I found a mentor, trying to speed the story up for you guys because it's a good story, right? And, you know, I was somebody who was very shy. I was anxious, I was nervous, I was depressed. When I found this opportunity, I had no income. Zero income. I had no time, right? Because I was at work, depressed, anxious, you know, and there was times where I couldn't even get on the train, right, to get to work. Not because I didn't have the money, but because I was just literally drained mentally from work, from crazy situations happening at work, right? So I had to get out of there, man. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, that's not everyone's position. Some people love their job. Some people have a wonderful, fantastic relationship with their boss, all right? Some people have an amazing job to go to, and that's great. But for me, I had to do better for myself. I had to get to the next level. And so therefore, you know, I found this opportunity whilst at work. And here we go. You know, I was able to now, you know, learn about personal development. I was able to really increase my knowledge. And guess what I found? I found a secret. And I found a loophole into how I can get to the next level. You know, usually the long road is, you know, work 30 years, you know, maybe 20, 30 years, maybe even 40 years, 50 years. And then you retire around 70. You know, that's the long road. That's the long route that most people usually take, right? True or true. You know, most people usually go down that road. They want to find a very good stable job so that they can be comfortable. They can be sustained in life, right? However, I knew there was something else in life. So I found this opportunity. And as time developed, you know, I wasn't exactly sure. But then I got to know some people. I got to meet new people. And I realized that I had to quit some things. I had to quit some things in order to seriously make this loophole work, to make this fast track system work. I had to quit procrastination. I had to quit being negative. I had to quit watching TV after going home, you know, from a long, heavy night shift at work. I had to quit doing things that would, you know, not benefit me, you know, staying up, playing PlayStation or, you know, going out, you know, night, looking out for, you know, a nice time at night, you know, and having a good, you know, drink or two. I had to stop doing things in order to progress. And what I quickly realized that if I wanted a better life, then guess what? I had to quit some things. And you know what? The one thing I didn't think of quitting was fear, right? I didn't know until I came into this opportunity to meet some amazing people that I had a lot of fear. I had a lot of people who were relying on me, and I had a fear inside myself. I had a fear of failure. I had a fear of success. I had all types of fear, guys. You know, seriously, like ask people who know me for years and years. I was anxious, depressed. You know, I was not that guy that could go up on stage and do presentations in front of thousands of people. I wasn't that guy. Now I am. And that's because I had to quit procrastination. I had to quit fear. I had to quit negativity. I had to quit some things, guys, in order to actually elevate my mind and elevate my family, elevate my bank account, elevate my time scale, you know. Most people out there are probably at work now on their lunch break, and I really appreciate you guys watching me. Most people maybe in the USA, it's morning, they're just waking up. So hi guys to all of those in the USA. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. But a lot of people in the UK right now are on their lunch break watching this, and I appreciate it. And the reason why that I appreciate it is because I know that there are people out there right now who need to quit some things in order to take themselves to the next level. And that's what I did. And you know, I'm now one of the top entrepreneurs in my company. You know, one of the top entrepreneurs in Europe with the company I'm at. You know, and I'm not being big-headed, or I'm just saying facts. And you know, I've helped some people. No, I'm nowhere near finished in helping people. There are thousands more people I need to help. And there are thousands more people that need to help themselves. But the way it starts is by actually realizing that I can do better. Even people in in network marketing, people in their own businesses, at home-based businesses, you could do better, right? Everyone can do better. You know, if you're not looking to go to do one better, then, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you're fading away, you're regressing, you're slowly dying, right? Unfortunately, because that's how life is, right? If you don't try and do better, you're going to be stagnant forever. Those were the good old days, right? But how many of you understand that there were cheats? How many of you understand there are cheats to GTA, where you can skip some levels in life, right? Instead of going around the long way, right? There are cheats in Sonic. You didn't know that. There are cheats in Super Mario. You didn't know that. But I'm telling you, what am I getting at? There are cheats in life, you know? In life, you've got to get to the next level. And if you have not been shown a cheat, if you have not been shown a loophole, if you have not been shown a wormhole through the system of life, then I'm afraid you will not be happy, right? You will be working forever. You won't be able to make money in your sleep. You won't be able to meet amazing people. You won't be able to travel the world. You won't be able to buy a new house. You won't be able to buy a new car. You won't be able to do things. You may be able to do one or two of those things. You may have some time, or you may have some finances, but you won't have both. Now, in order to get both, you've got to get through the loophole. And that loophole is literally learning about wealth, learning about leverage, learning about a key word here. Write this down, guys. If you have not been exposed to this word, you need to write it down. Key word here is residual income. Residual income. Now, many people are thinking, you know, okay, how do I get access to this matrix, this world, you know, take the red pill, the blue pill, you know, this kind of crazy world where what Warren's talking about, you know. I see many people online these days working from home, or maybe working from the beach. I don't know, maybe working from a nice hotel, maybe doing some sort of business on the side, and their life looks amazing, right? Well, guys, they've all been let into the system. They've all been let into this loophole that we call, we call lifestyle. You know, we've been let into a loophole where we can actually now free our families. Now we can understand about wealth and why we weren't getting it before. All right? We've been let into a system, guys. As I said, who remembers playing Sonic, Super Mario? Right? If you look on if you look on YouTube, right? Just think back. How long did it take you to play Super Mario back in the day and complete the whole thing? There's a guy on YouTube who does it in 4 minutes, and that's because he knows the cheats. Do you know the cheats to your life? Do you know the cheats to your system? Or are you going to be working for 40 years and retire with hardly anything? Are you going to be able to pay medical bills if you're in the USA, you know, when you retire. What is your plan in the next 10 years? You see, by me quitting some things, quitting procrastination, quitting negativity, I literally found a loophole. I found an opportunity where I can now create extra income. Now most people will say, I don't need extra income. A lot of people say, I'm good with my money. But guess what, guys? The reason why you're good with your money is because no one's ever shown you how you can get more, right? You've come to a satisfying feeling of, you know, I get paid every month. I go to work. That's all I'm worth. No, there's secrets to life, guys. There's a loophole that you can get access to wealth, create legacies. Let's help some people, and you know, let's give this a real push. Let's make this a new start for you. You know, the opportunity that I have doesn't require any skills apart from listening, being coachable, and allowing yourself to make that change, allowing yourself to make that investment. All right, allowing yourself to understand that I am not trying to take money. People on here who have home-based businesses are not trying to take your money. What we're trying to do is work together so that you have the opportunity that I have. All right, and many people out there need to understand about, you know, situations that we get ourselves into. You know, some people listen to the birds, as Jim Rohn says. You know, oh, I did some research and nah. Let's start afresh. All right, the opportunity I have right now is for everybody to learn, to earn income, and to create time freedom. And there's so much evidence out there, guys. So much evidence right now. I mean, right now I am literally just learning about some celebrity cruises. I know it's like an old one, but I am learning and enjoying how to, how to help people in the travel industry, and it's fun. And you know, I do this in my spare time. I do this on the side, right? Some people call it side hustle. I know Americans call it side hustle, but guys, listen. You could have your job, but guess what? You can enhance yourself by having a plan B. And that plan B is the opportunity that I have for some people out there. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. And not everybody qualifies. Not everyone qualifies, because you have to be coachable. You have to be open-minded. And you have to want to win in life. You have to be a winner. You can't procrastinate no more. You can't be negative. You've got to be all in your dream, right? Make your dream a plan. And then from a plan, make it a goal, and then achieve some goals. And that's all I've got to say, guys. You know, that's why I quit. I quit negativity. I quit procrastination, and I changed it into an opportunity. And I'm helping thousands of people right now, all across the world, whether it be online or whether it be on the streets. Me walking, talking to people, you know, or online. But guys, I just wanted to help you understand that you are better. You can have a better day. You can have a better life. And there is a better way through a loophole in the world. It's called an opportunity, right? I'm going to leave with this PAW acronym, passing over opportunities repeatedly. All right. I think that stands out for itself. So, you know, don't procrastinate. Get in contact. Whether you're in a business or not, whether you're doing network marketing, whether you have a job, whether you have some universities going on, you know, whether you have a college going on, it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. You can have a plan B at the same time as your plan A to enhance your lifestyle. Get in touch, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and watch the replay if you haven't seen all of the video from the beginning. Take care and enjoy your day.